can choose. What I want to do is you don't learn to love you. It's a waste of time. I'm not here to debate. I do try to keep it light. But there is necessity to give out and disseminate information.
We are 910 AM Superstation. The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media.
And we are back. And as I said, it's called a Stockholm Syndrome. And what it is that at some point, because of the emotional abuse and strain, you become a person who protects an abuser. You're more that somehow you have to cover for them. You understand what I'm saying? That there's something that that they're a protector, but they have flaws, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's all right, because they have good attributes about them. And we begin to make sense out of chaos because that's all we've known, because it becomes familiar to us. And that is what we see. Hey, Ridley Hudson, that's my nephew. Normal, as P.T. Cruiser said, normalizing the abuse. Let me say this to you. It's like maybe getting have you ever had a piece of glass in your foot? At first, when you step on it, hurt. But after a while, it doesn't hurt anymore. It does not hurt anymore. And it doesn't hurt anymore because you've gotten used to that pain that's there. That's what happens in relationships. Well, if he gives me a black eye, it'll heal. You just don't go around your family. You put your makeup on. That's just him. He didn't really mean nothing. That's just his way. You know what? I swear, that's why you got to stop drinking. Every time he drink that white liquor, he be going crazy. Baby, it ain't no white liquor that's making you going crazy. Okay, it ain't, because, that tequila, dude. It's the fact that you are overlooking. You're overlooking the abuse. But when he good, he good. But when he bad, he ugly. But the good outweigh the bad. You know what I'm saying? Because, for the most part, you make it, like Shirley Evans said, we're making up excuses for the abuse. Girl, let him go and be with them young girls. I don't care. And you become desensitized to something that you don't deserve because there is a monetary benefit. And you don't want to do it. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to do it. And what we need to be what he's going to be able to do is you just start to feel, the first time, what it's like, follow along. I asked somebody, what was it like to kill somebody? He said, the first time I pulled the trigger, it was heavy, but after that, it got easy. Because you become desensitized to it. Okay. When I first saw autopsy pictures, I said, we need a recess. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. By the time I left, I could look at blood splatter on the wall and tell if the shooter was left-handed or right-handed. I got used to it. That's what we do. But what does that say about what that does to you psychologically? Oh, well, it's just a profession. Why is it that we see that in certain professions, law enforcement, doctors, nurses, there's a high incidence of drug abuse, alcoholism, dependence on drugs, and a high divorce rate? Okay. Why? because you're seeing things that you don't need to see. You know, you're exposed and you become desensitized to that. Oh, here he comes drunk. Oh, he about to talk some stuff. Let me call you right back. So you hide and you cover up. You don't let your friends know. You know what I'm saying? Girl, he done come in here drunk. So you make excuses. It's the alcohol that did that. It's the alcohol that made him push me. It's the alcohol. Just let me get on his way. He drunk. Let him go on in the room. I'm going to go sleep in the guest room. Who has to live like that? You become a prisoner in your own home. The minute that you hear his or her car pull up, it's like, damn, they home. I don't want to live like that. But you got that mansion, you got your American Express, you know, the metal kind, it make noise, you got you a brand new Benz. What the hell does all of that mean? What does that mean? To have the whole world, but you are miserable. Oh, well, girl, that's just, listen, you got to pick your poison. Well, let me tell you something. I'll be damned that I am going to be miserable at home and be under stress at my job. Girl, no, I'm not, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. If it's not bringing me peace, it got to go. Let me tell you what the rule is in my house. Is simple. If it don't work, throw it in the trash, get rid of it. I don't care. I had a pan that was sticking, I threw it away. I don't have time to tolerate anything or anyone that ain't rolling with my program. That's just it. You got to go. Because it's all about me and peace. Because I've been in a situation where all I wanted to do was make everybody else happy. And what did I get? Nothing. A whole bunch of bills and a whole bunch of heartache. I ain't into that no more. I ain't her. You hungry? You want a sweet potato pie? It's businesses that sell them. But I'm not doing that. Oh, let me make him. Here I am reading a transcript, 1,000 pages, and I'm going to stop to make a sweet potato pie because you hungry. Because that's showing I'm a good woman. You showing you a damn fool. You better go and say, baby, what? Well, listen. If people ask me, I'll say, have you cooked for me? Oh, you don't make them big dinners? No, because I don't have to prove that I can cook. I know what I can do in the kitchen. I can throw it down. But if that's not a prerequisite for me to have no man, that's not what I do. God has called me from that, and I don't plan to go back to that. If I choose to do it, I do it, but I ain't doing it on no regular. That's a wrap. And what we have to realize, ladies, you got to stop tolerating abuse. You know, well, he don't black my eye, but he call you out as your name. He don't come home at night. He got girlfriends. He talking stuff to you. One lady told me her man gonna tell her, listen, you don't like what I do. You go, I'm gonna live in one room. You gonna live in another room. But I'm gonna have my woman. And if you can't deal with it, then you need to go. Well, what should I do? What the hell you calling me asking me what should you do? When a man don't respect you, you need to go. When respect is not served no more, you don't need to be eating at that restaurant. Get what you can and get the hell on out of there. Clocking down on that, that's what you call me, at 1833 Vonda Law. Get what you can financially and say goodbye. And forget all of that. You trying to be with him. But, and here's the one thing. God don't like divorce. The Bible sanctions divorce. It sanctions it, especially when it deals with infidelity. This man been infidel. I'm just saying that. Has not been faithful to you since y'all been married. Y'all been married 32 years. 32 years. But God wants us to be together. Why? So that the two of you can afford your house and your cars, and he got a whole nother life outside of you, and you can't stand him, and y'all ain't slept together in a year, and the sight of him touching you make you sick. How you living like that? But we both got 700 credit scores. Stockholm syndrome. You have learned to love your captor, and you making excuses for him. But if I call the police on him, the police, they worse than my man. How is a police worse than your man and he beating you? He calling you out your name on a daily, on a regular. But I trust him more than I trust the police. That's Stockholm. That's when your abuser is protection. You look to protect your abuser. He didn't do nothing to me. I fell down. I'm all right. Huh? Because you want to protect his reputation. You want to work at what you have. The minute a man put his hands on you, he don't have no respect for you. And it's going to happen again. This is a lie from the pit of hell. I'm sorry, it ain't going to happen again. That's a lie. As P.T. Cruiser said, you making your abuser God. And what does he do? Controls you. Don't go to that church. I don't want you to know about that. Don't be around your friends. And you are a prisoner. But I'm not bound. I mean, I get to go to the mall. You are bound mentally and emotionally and don't even know it. Because you want 2 paychecks. A man gonna be what a man gonna be. Well, let me tell you something. A man can be what a man gonna be, but a man ain't gonna be all that with me. I'm sorry. I don't want to tolerate that. For what? What am I getting? See, it got to make sense. And if I'm paying half the bills, or if you paying for everything, and you're disrespectful, you carrying on other affairs, then listen, let me tell you something. We roommates. And let's call this over now. Because let me tell you something. When you learn to trust God, he'll pay your bills and provide for you better than any man ever can or ever would. And he ain't going to treat on you, call you out your name, or make you feel bad about yourself. That's when you find God. That's what he'll do for you. But y'all, I can't do that. Because if I leave, I want Ray, I want Peter, I want John, I want this. Because I got to have a man. I've had a man all my life, and I wouldn't know what to do without a man. Maybe he has some self-respect. Maybe you would, but you have become immune to the abuse. It don't hurt no more. Oh, he just saying that. Girl, you know how he is, but he love me. Let me tell you something. Anything a man love, he gonna respect. He don't have no respect for you, and you know it, but you don't have no respect for yourself, so you allow it. But financially, okay, financially fine. Y'all got some thousands together. You done paid off a house. That's wonderful. But what you got to endure for that ain't worth it. But then they'll talk about, well, I ain't going to be no stripper. Well, at least she get her money and go. You sitting up being bound with somebody you can't stand and you hate for some money. What difference are you? You doing the same thing for money? You let money be your God. And let me tell you something. No. I am done with that. And that's just all it is to it. And when you begin to respect yourself and have boundaries, you know what you feel like? You feel like you done fell in love with somebody. You have yourself. You have rescued you. You have said, you know what? I don't have to accept this anymore. I'm not going to be bound. I'm not going to allow this. And I'm going to move on. And the happiness that you have, you can be broke and have peace. But you don't. Tutu say our people get comfortable in that toxicity. It's what we know and will become. Everybody know about the color purple. What did she say? What Oprah say? Beat her. Why? Because that was normalizing the abuse. Okay? Or she just saying that because she ain't got no man taking care of her, but she got 2 or 3 jobs. But guess what? She got peace. Okay? I'm not gonna deal with that. Everybody got a thorn in their side. Let me tell you something. When you cheat habitually, that ain't no thorn in your side. That's a decision that you are not mature enough to be faithful in a relationship. And that's what that is. It's a lack of maturity. And guess what? I am too old to tolerate that. I'm not dealing with no grown children. I got 2 kids that came from me. That's all I'm going to deal with. But I'm not dealing with a man child that I got to feed your ego like a baby every 4 hours. I'll be damned if I'm going to do it. You can keep it moving, baby. Whatever you got. Let me tell you something. If God wants you to have it, he'll give it to you. All right? But you don't have to lower your self-esteem to accommodate somebody. You know what I'm saying? and make you believe that what he doing is right. Well, he gotta have me and another woman because he love to have other women, and that relieves me of my sexual obligation to him. What? We'll be back.